to the big stage, proving every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Shot, Spaz breaks the game. Cody's in the fray, adding to the flame. Ladders they rise, fists hit the air. Chaos erupts without a care. Triple A's warriors, NXT's pride. Only one walks with glory inside. Into somewhere we scream and shout, breaking it down, no shadow. Into somewhere where we breaking it down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slammed into the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In the summer, in the summer. The Garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in the fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal chief with bad vibes, tearing it up. MSG crowd, stunned faces in the stand. Cody shakes his head, this again, damn man. Y'all believe in Joe Hendry's name, fighting through the fire in the wrestling game. Hardy soar like the legends they defied. Knockouts fight, her power aligns. Mic drop, we analyze every bout, discussing every twist, don't leave a doubt. Predictions, insights, we break it all down into somewhere, best critics around. In the somewhere, we reviewing every bout, breaking down the moves, ain't no shadow of doubt. WWE heat, we bring that white hot flame from Ray to Gunner, we calling names. Yeah. The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From Indi vibes to the big stage, proving every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, coming to you live with the TNA Slammiversary review. It's July 20th, 2025, Sunday night. How the hell are you guys? It has been a weekend. My goodness. TNA is on fire right now. They may be WWE's bitch, but they're on a roll. This was a fun night, a lot of great matches. I didn't think this was too tough to get through. I was pretty entertained for the most part. I thought the matches were fun, and the week to week may need a little bit more work, but I enjoyed this, no doubt about it. As you know, folks, we're not alone. The man, the myth, the legend, as always, Cody Onidi 316. What's going on, broski?
Give me a hell yeah!
I had a lot of fun with it. That was that was a hot start to that opening. That was a great match. I really thought it was a good show. I thought it was entertaining. They have a little bit of trouble with their week to week because they're not live, so they always have one in the can that's taped, and it certainly feels that way. But I even before they joined forces with WWE and this partnership existed, I really thought that, TNA has improved greatly since then. They've been a lot more entertaining, better compelling stories being told. For the most part, less reliance on nostalgia acts. I mean, we still had that tonight, but really the walk away, or the thing you take away the most from this, is that the Hardys are going to be facing the Dudleys. Bound for Glory, later this year. If that excites you, you're going to love it. If not, there'll be other things, that's for sure. But to me, I enjoyed this night. I had a lot of fun with it. They're at the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, and even the pre-show was enjoyable. I really had a good time with that, and the matches that they had there were fun. All in all, this show was damn entertaining. I'm not going to deny that there certainly is that NXT haze in the air that holds over everything. It seems like the WWE's bitch comments may have a little bit of weight to them, but we'll see. I mean, we had Trick holding the title for a while. I assumed Santana was going to win it tonight, and you and many others had said, no, Trick's going to retain. And I said, well, it might just happen. And lo and behold, it did. JC shocks everybody. Spaz, unfortunately, couldn't make it tonight. His voice is dead. But, woo. I've enjoyed her. I like her being essentially, on paper, a paper champion, a transitional champion, a champ that no one gives credit to. She's the most easily beatable champ ever. If that's the case, then how come no one can do it? No one's taken her down. It's amusing. It's certainly a good take on things, I think. Masha being beaten here, pretty close to clean, was a shock in its own right. I had incorrectly and wrongly assumed that the story was going to be Jordynne Grace taking on Masha. That would kind of be not what they did at all here, not what they're going to do later down the line. Masha loses her belt, and now the audience should be able to hear you. I think Discord muted you again, so thank you. But yeah, I have been
I was muted.
I think so. I think it was Discord just not letting us cooperate again, unfortunately. But yeah, I liked the pre-show. They had Ash and Heather by Elegance come out and take on the IInspiration for a kickoff show and a pre-show match. This was a lot of fun. It was pretty much about, I'm always going to call them the Iconics, but the IInspiration really trying to work together, and Ash and Heather just kind of always cutting that pie, not letting them get the hot tag in until the end. We got, while the ref was checking on one of the Iconics, I believe it was Jessica, not Cassie. You had basically the setup where the heels grab the second of the tag belts and they basically lay into I think it was Cassie at that point, and they get the pinfall. So they hit him with the belts, take him out. It's not the last time we're going to see these two face off. I like the Iconics, the IInspiration. I enjoyed them back in their WWE days. Iconic. They've gotten better in ring. This was a really fun opening. And then we had Hometown Man. They had this going over. It's funny. It's a simple, silly thing that, TNA pulls off every now and again. Another Shark Boy kind of idea. It was silly, but him and Eric Young, it worked. The crowd was into it. They didn't overstay their welcome. It was like a 4-minute match that really all came down to Hometown Man basically sitting on top of Eric and getting the 3 count. So this was simple in the sense of, like, it was very inoffensive, mundane. It was an impromptu match, and all in all, I think it's pretty harmless. I I like what they did with it. It was funny. It made the crowd get hyped. They got their hometown man to get the win. And then we got the last match, which I was looking forward to, but for different reasons. And we got Steve Macklin, Jake something, and Mance Warner, the number 23 crazed Jim Carrey himself.
Jake who?
Yeah, something. Into somewhere. They're taking on Enzo Amore, the real one. Bada boom. Realest guy in the room. How you doing?
Little biggest rat in the room.
Don't go down. I like Enzo, all right? Don't go down on Enzo again, you. You know, we know what's up there, but he may be a dirty son of a bitch, but hey, that's all right. He came out, cut a great promo, doing all his mic work, got the fans into it. He introduced them all to the son of the late Umaga, and then they talked to the fourth rope champion, which is the other, federation that they're working with. So we got, Zilla Fatu and Josh Bishop out there. It was a short match, really not much to comment about here, but it was all about the earlier on. Enzo hits the eat defeat on Jake. Gets the pin. Very, very short match, but again, it was the pre-show. I hope we get more from these guys. It's exciting that Zilla's coming through now that he's working with TNA. We hope to see him in WWE not long from now. Eventually, I think everybody's going to be related to the bloodline, or at least somehow connected to Solo Sikoa in one way, shape, or form. It's going to be the 6 degrees of Roman
Maybe
Reigns.
I'm related. Are you
It certainly
related?
could happen, with everything that you've got going on. Makes me worry.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
What do I got going on?
What fingers in what pie do you not have yourself in at this point, good man? Got me worrying. Mustafa Ali taking on Cedric Alexander in the opener. This kicks off Slammiversary. Damn, this match.
Wait, I'm confused though. We got to go back to that. What do I got going on?
What don't you got going on, huh? That's the question. I don't know. You always have yourself in some nefarious plot. Despot. Yeah, this opening match was fucking fantastic. I know you loved it. I loved it. Everybody loved it. We could have made a rainbow room with all that love. This was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
This was, as you've been making me rate things with stars, this was my 5-star match or match of the night. Incredible. I cannot state that enough. I'm curious to see what everybody in the chat gives a rating for this opening one. But this is a, 5 bananas out of 5, whatever you want to call it. This had everything. I often am a bit of a jaded wrestling fan in the sense of my wife will laugh. She's like, what's the point of watching if you know what's coming? But it's like, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss, and then you're calling spots and you know what's coming. They got us not just once, but twice, as you and I watched with the near falls. Twice. Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was one point where Cedric, he suplexes Ali onto the top of the turnbuckle. That was incredible.
Yep.
The near falls in this match were just next level. I really thought
they really should have made this later in the show because it kind of killed the momentum a little bit. Well, all the matches were good, but the crowd kind of went dead.
Yeah, the crowd was spent after this, and I can't blame them. I mean, they took the air out of the room a few times. So Cedric Alexander hits Mustafa Ali afterwards with the lumbar check. And then we go 1, 2, 3, like 2 and 9/10. Ali kicks off. And when he kicks out, you got the "This is awesome" chant of the lifetime. And happy birthday to Hannah Clark's daughter. Hopefully she's having a great birthday. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Please make sure you're subscribing and hitting the like button. Helps out a great deal. I thought this was it. He gets the lumbar check. I'm like, nope, kick out. Holy hell. Now Tasha Steele, she's bringing a chair. She keeps getting involved the whole time. And eventually the ref threw her out. The ref goes ahead, though, and can't handle her because Cedric's going to handle her himself. So she comes in with the chair. Ref's distracted. She swings it at Cedric. He ducks, and he hits her with such a brutal lumbar check. The crowd could not have exploded bigger. And meanwhile, while he's on the ground, basically, giving her back a code breaker, Ali comes off the top rope from Ada into somewhere, and he manages to go ahead and get the win. Don't want to get sued. Don't get sued.
No.
Damn, that was good. That frog splash was incredible. The sequence was so smooth and so, again, fluid, but the way they managed to take you from spot to spot, it was effortlessly done. And
you didn't tell anyone we were at the show tonight, right?
No, nobody knows we're backstage. So we let them know that, hey, this was fucking great. I want you to go back and watch this match. No, if you had to choose one, this would be it. I mean, Ali kicking out of the top rope frog splash the first time was incredible. I didn't think he would get the kick out. Then the kick out of the Lombard check. Then him giving it to Tasha Steelz, which leaves him on his back to get hit with the frog splash again, get the pin. Mustafa Ali wins just shy of 15 minutes. I'm not sure what happened afterwards. TNA's production had a few snafus tonight. A really big one they had later on with Ash and Heather by Elegance. They're in the back talking about winning their tag match, and they're all just standing there, and you hear the production guy count them down going, okay, are you ready? 3, 2, like they're all changing their outfit, readjusting their shirts and changing their positions and getting ready for the promo. And they go ahead and it's like, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, go. And you're like, and now they start talking and they're full of life. And I'm like, they did them dirty. So TNA, their production still leaves just a little bit to be desired. But overall tonight,
well, when we were backstage,
we didn't see any of that in person.
Are you sure?
It wasn't my fault. I mean, I told you I know how to operate those things. If they just stopped trying to take it away from me, I could have filmed a better shot. They would have been worried. But everybody thinks they know better than me, right? Motherfuckers. So this was definitely an amazing match. Can't put that over enough. 5 bananas out of 5. Really hot opener. And you put it great. As great as this match was, it did hurt the flow of the show because it definitely made it a follow that now, mother kind of thing. Like go ahead and lay it all out because you can't top us. And unfortunately,
how about now, bitch?
The match coming up next to it had the chance to do that too. It was Dark State taking on the System, and again, TNA made some decisions tonight. It was entertaining, it was fun, but with this one, I don't know how it works really with their creative. Is it TNA making decisions that WWE has to okay? Is it vice versa? Like, who chooses what? That's what I want to know. But Dark State, I don't like using the word buried. They're not buried, not yet, but they are far less intimidating, credible, meaningful, whatever you want to say there, merciless. Like they don't look like violent killers because they got taken out by the fucking System and Matt Cardona. And I'm not saying Matt's not a big deal and all that, but the thing is here, like Dark State, since their debut, has been tearing down, for the most part, the main scene of the main roster. They went after Obafemi, they went after Joe Hendry, they went after Trick. Like, it's kind of continually happened. So for them to lose to the System, who really are on the low man on the totem pole, it feels like, minus Moose. This was not great for Dark State. It wasn't a bad match, but the ending was a little lackadaisical. It was just like, oh, that's it. Because Eddie Edwards gets a big blue thunder bomb on Shaquan, and then Matt comes in, hits the radio silence, and then Eddie hits Sugars with a big Boston knee party and pins him. And I was like, that's it? It was like 6 minutes in, 6:30, somewhere around that. So I was like, wow, that was very short. That was really confusing, and the booking leaves a lot to be desired. Why did they do this?
Blame me for it, though.
I was going to blame you since, Cody, you are everybody, and everybody happens to be Brian fucking Myers. It's his hometown. They're in New York. And I get, because they were baby faces all match, and you're like, aren't they heels still? And I'm like, yeah, they're still the heels, but
Yeah, I was confused.
they're being the baby faces, yeah, supporting TNA, yet they're usually the problem for TNA. Like, it was badly booked. It was poorly chosen. It didn't really make much sense. I get they wanted Myers, Mr. Hawkins there, the man with the biggest losing streak in quite some time, to get the hometown victory. Opposite of what WWE does, but
Yeah, you had to explain it to me like it was a class. Like, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, we
I'm
did
like,
the explain like you're 5 thing. I'm like, well, they're usually the bad guys, but right now they're gonna be the good guys. That's why I'm the shit show supervisor, because I don't know what they expected here. I don't know what they wanted to take away with this. If it's to put the system over, you didn't present them as heels or as faces as any other time. They've been strictly heels. The Dark State is, I mean, they're the current impromptu bad guys, like, the current ones that live up to the bad guy of the week role, it seems like, instead of being a true menacing faction. So this is just not great for Dark State. Doesn't do anything for the system, because it's not like Dark State have been a big menace for them. It's not been a big thorn in their side. They're not vanquishing a terrible foe. It's just something to do. There was other matches probably they could have put together on the card, but this was one I was hoping to see more out of. Casey gives it a 7.5 out of 10 for tonight's show. What's going on, Mr. Kincaid in the chat? And thank you, you sexy people, for helping us continually do what?
Let's up those numbers!
That's right, we're up in those numbers. We hit over 9,000 subscribers earlier in the weekend. So thank you guys so much. That is incredible. It's humbling. It is shocking and a bit perplexing, because I didn't think we'd ever get this far, never mind as far as we are. So the night before we were at 8,900 and I think 7 altogether. And we're working our way up, that's for sure. So currently we're at 9,104. So thanks to you sexy people for making that happen.
The Soul Snatcher.
Soul
I'm not gonna tell
Snatcher.
them that's all me, right?
Well, I mean, there's like 9,087 people that's you, but I mean, the rest are real, right?
Oh,
I mean, we put out a bunch of shorts. We put out another episode of the UCR podcast. Yeah, that's right. Smooth jazz. So you and I on the unapologetic and completely random podcast talked about our favorite movies, and we've got some more scathing and risque topics coming up, but we wanted to kind of get to know each other better while we get to know
is
the
the next
audience
topic
better.
that we're gonna talk about on your desk?
It just might be, and on top of it too, I mean, people missed out. You and I had a busy weekend, for the most part. It was good. My daughter had her graduation party and whatnot, and we had a really good time. But you were talking to me afterwards, and you're like, come on, we can go to the game. The party ended early. Let's go hang out. And I'm like, I probably should stay and clean up. But you're like, just go with me. Your wife will never know.
Right.
All right. So I go with you, and we're having a good time, and we're watching the game, and I was like, oh, let's grab some food. And you're like, no. And I'm like, it's nice, but I was like, it's a little cool. And you're like, yeah, I'm freezing. I'm like, come here, I'll keep you warm. So I'm holding you. And then this shit happens. And it's like, so then some idiot posts this online, and they show that you and I are in the kiss cam. I tried to dive out of the way and hide, but my wife saw it, and she's ripping pissed.
Jesus. Wait, did she say she'll be? Is that the person that just said I'll be right back? Is she coming over here? I didn't mean to.
You
wasn't
set
like
her
that.
off, so I don't know what we're gonna do. We don't
wasn't
even have
like
the green
that.
screen up today. We're lacking. We're just disappearing into the ether here.
Man.
But
Well,
damn,
you
I mean,
told
she
me
was,
you were cold too. You were like,
no, I
you're
said
right. It's
I
kinda
said I
chilly.
wanted to see Coldplay. I didn't say I was cold too. So you
Oh.
weren't listening. You got to put your listening ears on.
Now it looks bad.
It looks terrible. I mean, she's thinking that you and I are a thing now, and I'm like, no, it's just my work husband.
Oh man, we're gonna get fired from the show. Like you're the CEO of the show.
I know.
In HR.
You're in HR. It's okay. We can make this work. They say no fraternizing in house, but they don't know that. We're not gonna get fired. No. Maybe a little sued, but not fired. I mean, after the dress fiasco that everybody walked into, I think we got this one covered.
Who posted that? Was it George? That motherfucker must have gone. He's after me, isn't he?
Not quite. It wasn't George.
Who was it? Do you know?
I do.
Who?
It was Spaz.
Spaz, motherfucker.
He's very jealous of our relationship and how close we've become. He's not here tonight. You know, it just. I think it's bothering him.
Has he still gone on his anger rampages ever since Trump said he was going to make Canada the 51st state?
Yeah, he's not happy. He's just. He's dealing with. He's going through right now, but well, all the loony money and bag milk really fucked him up bad. You know. I tried to warn him. Now we're gonna get canceled.
Where all these people around my house?
Don't worry about them. They're nice. Tessa Blanchard versus Indi Hartwell. You all look like fucking clowns. I'm sorry. Those chanting she's a racist while being in the audience, you're supporting the show, so you're supporting her. Chanting you're a racist means that you're supporting a racist then because you're there to see them perform. Like the logic behind it is not sound. I get what they're trying to do. Yes, she did terrible things, but she was never actually found out to be a racist. There were reports, there were stories, but she was investigated. She wasn't fired. She wasn't let go. She's tried to change and come back and, ingratiate herself to the locker room. She worked with Jordan Grace to make her way back. I feel like, when does somebody change enough for you to give them a new shot? When do you give somebody a chance to change? If you're saying people never change, then why hire her back? A lot of it is just baffling to me. And I would say, if you have that much of an issue with her being there, then don't support it, or then she shouldn't have been hired back, is what people are saying. Okay, well, why? What is the reason? And I don't know. But,
my thing with that is, you're just going to let people drag on about that. People want others to apologize or you get canceled. They'll apologize. They'll do everything, try to change, but they'll always hold that against you.
It just bothers me, the whole I'm offended for you. See, you're too stupid to realize you should be offended right now. No, it doesn't matter that it doesn't upset you. You should be upset. So I'm upset on your behalf. I'm upset for you. When you see the white person doing I'm not black, but they shouldn't say that. Well, it's not your place. Same idea here. Like, if the other wrestlers and talent that she worked with opened their locker room doors and allowed her to come back, that should be it. That should be the most of the conversation. But this was an amazing match for the women's side of things. This was incredible. They killed it here. 100%. They told such a good story. It's sad that we have to have Alicia Fox out there. This would get 4 stars easy. 4 bananas, actually.
You were in the crowd. You told me that you were trying to get her autograph and stuff, Alicia Fox.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to use it for blackmail. I was going to go ahead and get her to sign the autograph, and then I was going to use that signature on one of those blank checks that you made, and I was going to be like, see, Victoria Crawford wants me to cash $1 million check for her. We were set.
We would have.
Nobody does check fraud anymore. Everybody's all worried about crypto and, air dumps and whatever other verbal nonsense about technology.
Sure
what happened with a good check scam, or a Ponzi scheme? Do you guys want to buy in? I've got an opportunity of a lifetime for you guys. It's called super oxygen, right? listen, remember at one point in time, I was severely fat. You know how I lost all that weight? Super oxygen. They put it in a can, you inhale it. Doesn't make you have any real side effects, but what it does do is help you lose weight because now you're full of air. There's no room for food, and your body's going to just pass that gas naturally while you burn the calories. Jake, Super Air. Buy some today. It makes so much sense, right?
Our first sponsor, too?
I'm telling you, Jake Super Air is going to be fantastic. That stuff is going to be
that money
flying
going?
off the shelves.
Where's our sponsor money going? I didn't get anything from this.
Back into the company because we got to build up resources and hold on.
Oh, okay.
That's the contractor. Hold on. You guys can put the hot tub wherever you want. Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? No,
wait.
It's the contractors that I got coming. They're coming late because I got everything set up because that sponsored check cleared. Hold on.
But
Yeah.
hot tub?
No, you guys can soundproof the basement too. That works out. We're gonna put the studio down there next to the hot tub and the drum set. Sorry, I'm back.
Soundproof it, but you were going to put me down there. What if I need...
So did you like the Tessa match as much as I did? Because Indi, people gave her hell online for a while, saying she doesn't deserve
love that
to
match,
be there.
Hot tub?
I was gonna invite you.
Okay, like, what were we going to wear?
I bought us bathing suits.
Oh, is it that, oh, I can't say it on air, but the one with the,
Pinky in the brain? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Pinky.
Okay. Mine.
What are we going to try and do? Same thing we do every night. Try and take over the world.
But you told me that I'm going to start living down in your basement. Why would you soundproof it? What if I need something and I accidentally get locked in?
Well, I'm loud up here. So, before I put everything down there for the studio, so you want the soundproofing because you don't want sound to escape, and you don't want any sound to go down there and bother you. I'm being thoughtful.
That makes sense.
Like I put on
but where are you putting the hot tub?
On the other side of the basement where the cage stops.
That one part where I can't get into?
Yeah. You'll be allowed to use it for 4 minutes a week. Don't worry. I got a little timer for you, a towel. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be great. But you don't want to let any of the sound out. Just like, I put those 9 locks on the door because I want your safety to come first. We're not trying to keep you in the basement. We're trying to keep everyone out of the basement. So this
out of the basement. Oh,
for
that
your
makes
safety.
sense.
Yeah, you're not locked in there. They're locked away from you. See, it protects you. Service with a smile.
Right, because if a certain George tries to say I did something again, you can say, no, I got him right here.
He's been in the
They're keeping
basement.
me in
Perfect
the
alibi. We haven't even heard him breathe in like 15 hours. Perfect. I think Tessa deserves better. Just like you deserve a beautiful basement. And
I do.
She left it all in this ring today. She did. I hate the name of the finish, the Hurts Donut. I'm sorry. I hate that. What are we watching? The Simpsons? I love The Simpsons, but keep the Hurts Donut. Come on. Really? Ugh. Eye roll. Dead man style. This was not a bad match by any means. This was an excellent match. Just change the Hurts Donut name. I don't like it. I'm being picky. They pointed out that, ever since she's returned, Tessa has not been defeated in some time, and no one has been able to kick out of the Magnum since Blanchard returned to the company last September. But guess who did?
I thought
Indi
I kicked out of it
in
when
Hartwell.
you hit me with it.
Yeah, but that's not Tessa hitting you with it. I mean, you kicked out, but
that's
she did
different.
get suspended after this match as well. Tessa, she just broke down and just ripping pissed. But I don't blame her. She lost to Indi and lost to the Hurts Donut finisher. She hit her on the top rope with it and then did the standard, on the ground and got the 3 count. Looked great. Indi moves up great here. I feel like Tessa didn't
really good
necessarily
match
to
both
lose
of
here,
them.
but doesn't kill her with the loss. I like the way they took advantage of the moment.
I think Indi deserved the win, to be honest.
She is newer.
Were you
she certainly,
thinking Tessa should have won?
I was thinking Tessa would cheat. I wanted Indi to win, but I was assuming Tessa would cheat and lead to them having a rematch. They could still have the rematch after this, and they most likely will, as we've seen coming up. But Tessa's getting suspended for her actions for a bit, so. You had Santino backstage just yelling at her because she, of course, is slamming Indi's head on the ring steps, and it was just a big attack after
Did they watch our show or something?
They must have.
Remember, you did that to me. You suspended
I slammed you and slammed the shit out of you. Yeah, and then I slammed you into the solid steel steps. I mean, you learned though,
and you
right?
said next time you agree with me and follow that script,
or
you're gonna do it again.
You get the hose again. Absolutely. You're learning.
The hose was.
You're learning.
What hose? Like a garden hose or like
a hoe train, baby. Hoe train.
Wow. Gotcha.
Speaking of gotcha, Masha Slamovich taking on Jayne. She comes out with fatal influence, not toxic attraction. Shame that Mandy was not at Evolution. But we go ahead and we get Jayne. No. Disappointment. She was waiting for that phone call. She takes on the Knockouts champion, Masha Slamovich. Another damn good match. Nothing lived up yet. This is the fourth match on the main show. Nothing has lived up to the opener yet. We tried to get to the levels of Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, but never really got to that level again. Really, that's the best way to put it. The Tessa match was really good. The System and Dark State match was very short. Now we go ahead and we head into the Knockouts match, and this came down to an insane ref bump. I mean, this was great, and a hell of a big kick takes the ref out. That's when Slamovich hits the snowplow, and she gets the pinfall of a lifetime. They count as 50 at this point, but the ref's up. Is done for. The second ref shows up. She counts, but by the time she gets to 3, Jacy kicks out. And then all of a sudden, she gets up and she hits her with the spinning back fist there. I forget what she calls it. And gets the pin. And that was it. It was like, holy shit. I really thought Masha was going to get it here. Spaz was right. You called it. Jacy winning. It really is probably the best booking scenario for it, because as much as we have their women's and men's title now, it also gives more of the story of like, hey, TNA needs to step up to take their titles back, 1. And 2, they also need to go ahead and continue to tell the story that they have been. So we got to see who is going to earn the position to dethrone both Jacy and Trick. Excellent match. The TNA president, Carlos Silva, he comes out and he's got the Knockouts title. And Jacy goes ahead and snatches it out of his hands before he can even present it to her. And now they say, you got Hannafin on commentary saying that both the TNA titles, men's and women's, are held by NXT wrestlers. It's a cold day in hell, basically. I love the heat. I loved the anger. I love the vitriol that comes at Jacy for winning. I like that she is essentially the most beatable champion, but nobody could beat her. It's a great story. It's a simple story, and it's effective. You're going to see Fatal Influence turn on her because now she feels like she's even a bigger bet of a deal. Wow. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. Bet on it. Fatal Attraction Influence Nostalgia Queen. Her group is turning. I absolutely see that happening. The group is going to disband. Excuse me. Jacy will go ahead and probably mock everybody else, saying, you fell short. No one compares to me. Those type of narcissistic comments that's going to lead her to either getting the boot or giving it. But that group is going to be no more. They showed a graphic that we have Aaron in the background behind us, and let everybody know they had over 7,600 fans in attendance. It is the company's largest North American attendance in history. Really cool moment from them there. That was cool to see. I'm glad TNA is doing well. I mean, they got more tickets here sold than they did for the NXT show. So congrats to them. They're on fire. It's been a ton of fun. NXT is helping, but I don't think that's the only reason. Their booking has been more focused and concise. They're utilizing talent in better ways, and they're doing something that's important. They're showing you what differentiates them from WWE, from AEW, whether it be the style of wrestling, the type of bookings, so on and so forth. TNA has a feel. It has a aura about it and around it now, currently. Yeah, that is currently rebuilding itself and proving itself all over again. You have a lot of hardworking, talented individuals, most of whom were shunned, fired, let go, failed, by a bad creative, whatever it might be, but they didn't get to live up to their potential. So now they have a ton to prove. Indi Hartwell, for example, she didn't get to live up as indie wrestling on the main roster. She had a small thing on NXT for a bit, and then her and Dexter, and that was it. She knows she look at tonight. That was in a great match. What she's done in House of Glory was great. So for them to be able to not only bet on the future, but build your talent upwards and elevate them as a whole has been not only impressive and fun to watch as a fan, but it's been rewarding on the more than a fan side, a bit of the parasocial. But it's the moments where you're like, oh, take X wrestler. They've been going through so much, and now they've got this contract. It's changed their lives for the better. Like, it's cool to see the positives as well as the money going up for people. All competition is a great thing. That's why I still enjoy AEW. It's a place where people get a chance to work. It's something else than WWE. It's a different product, essentially. As you said wisely earlier, I just wish that AEW was not funded by a billionaire, in the sense of I wish they had to earn money, because I think the drive would be even greater if they had to fight to stay alive and compete. I think that being missing from them, because that's what brought upon the Attitude Era. We always talked about it. They were taking the water coolers. There was, WWE was upside down and done for. They had no money. They were cooked. And somehow they managed to wade through the storm and continue onwards. And they did a great job by giving you some of the most memorable television that people still go back to rewatch to this day. Competition breeds creativity. It forces you to adapt and, change truly, or else you're going to no longer survive. They have the nostalgia acts, but they're not super reliant on the people that can't work. They don't have the Hogan, the Foley, those type of people right now. The Hardys can still go in the ring. Maybe not as much or as hard as they used to, but they're still putting their bodies on the line. Jeff did 2 dives onto those ladders to try and break them and couldn't. And he was like, well, I'm going to put all my weight on you guys. Sorry, Rascalz, deal with it. Moose taking on Leon Slater. This was a wild, hard-hitting, emotional affair. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I'm not a very big Moose fan, but I am a big Leon Slater guy. I really like his style. I like his energy, the effort he puts forth. He can be flashy. He can do the Will Ospreay-ish gymnastics things, but he mixes it up in such a way that he's doing these praised moves while also telling a compelling story. He has a very, comparatively speaking, a compelling narrative, and, through his selling, through his maneuvers, through his actions, he really paints one hell of a great picture of somebody fighting from underneath with a big heart and a will to succeed as a champion. He did that in spades here. Moose right away hits him with Go to Hell right off the bat, and Slater kicks out.
This is just another one of those matches where you're like...
It was a car crash pace, essentially. Just everything was action-packed, and they continually went and built. I love the spear that Leon hit on Moose. That was a great moment. There was one point in time where Leon goes up to the top rope. He gets the reversal into the tornado DDT. He goes up top and he hits him with the 450 swanton. And I was like, oh, that's it. And Moose kicked out. And no one has kicked out of the swanton, the 450 version. No one. So they got me there again because as soon as he pins him, I'm like, wow, he won.
Yeah, a
One,
lot of these near
two.
falls tonight were like gotcha moments. You're like, oh shit.
Yes. I was shocked. I legit was like, oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. He kicked out. He kicked out. Interesting. So I was shocked. I did not expect the kick out there. We had that a couple times tonight, but they played it the right way. You know, these things have been building. Finally, you know, Moose goes for another spear, but he gets him top and hits him with the Spanish fly. What do they call it? Code Red.
Yeah,
Eventually,
like that.
you know, Moose gets to the center of the ring and he's on his back. And you see Leon get up into the corner, and he's going to hit him with another 450, you thought. But Moose leans up and flips him off and kind of slides to the middle of the ring like, fuck you, you can't get me from here. And Leon says, hold my beer, and dives way the hell across the ring to hit it. Hits him with a swanton, then gets up, goes to the other turnbuckle in the corner, hits the 450 swanton, pins him to become the youngest X Division champion in history. Holy
Wow. Holy shit.
yeah!
What they could
This
say.
was incredible. This was a
I not
great
supposed to
story.
swear?
It was totally fucking emotional. They could have shit the bed on this many a times. They didn't. They didn't overreach. They didn't add in, you know, weapons and tables, and they just kept it bare bones. Occam's razor. The simplest answer is often the easiest as well, and that's what they went for here. We're going to showcase what do you do best. The 450. That's going to be the crux of our match. He kicks out of it. Now you've got some self-doubt. What can I do to put him away? I gave him everything. Now you're going to fight from the bottom. You're going to scrape, scrap, claw, do whatever it takes. And he reverses things. He gets into his positions. He sets him up. He gets the code red. He gets the fall away. He gets the swanton. He gets the 450. He wins. Holy shit.
What did you think of this match out of 5 stars? I gotta ask because you know I can make you do these star ratings now.
4.5 would be 4 to 4.5 because it was damn good. Not perfect, but damn good. Very entertaining. I love what they did afterwards too, because you've got Leon, and Leon Slater is celebrating with the women of his family. I believe it was his girlfriend, but I know they said his mom and his sister was there. So finally he comes back in the ring, and TNA president's there again. I said it before, Carlos Silva. And he goes to go ahead and present Leon with the belt, and Moose comes over and fucking snatches it from him. And I'm like, oh shit, he's either going to present him with the belt or it's going to be a fight. Either way, it's going to be good. And he goes behind him. He turns Leon around hard and straps the belt to him and gives him respect and walks out. The fans stand in ovation. They cheer. Moose leaves and Slater gets to soak it all in. A lot of people said this was match of the night. I also think those people are fucking
Would you say
retarded.
so?
I don't think this is match of the night.
Oh.
I think the opener's match of the night.
You just called everyone retarded. Huh?
I did. I said fucking retarded. So they are. This was not match of the night. This was a wild ride.
No.
This was the amusement
I still
park
think match of the night
night.
was the opener.
That opener was like the Zoomerang, you know, the thrill coaster. And this was like the old wooden coaster. It's still really good. It's still really exciting. You're a little sore afterwards, but holy shit, was that thrilling. But nothing beats that first loop-de-loop
Wooden roller coaster that me and you were on, where we got sore, was that because of the...
Because you gave me a splinter. That thing hurt for weeks.
But was that because, you know, we were doing something on the ride, you know, remember? Where, can I say that on air? Or...
Yeah, we got the pictures from the ride, and they wanted to call the cops. Yeah. What are you going to do? Now,
For what, though? We were
I
confused.
we were
right?
on the ride. Both of our arms were up, and we were still able to hold our phone. I was like, listen, you got to have some talent, all right? That and some bubble gum. Yes, Bob. Granted,
Yeah, well, the
I
bubble
left
gum
out-
was for, not for chewing, it was for...
safety reasons, exactly. I left
Yeah,
out the
safety,
best
right,
part
yeah.
for last, though, Cody. What was the best part of all this?
Han My brain's not working. Is it? Did we mention AJ Styles?
Oh, that is right. Let's cue it up. Hold on.
The camera is bouncing.
At 220 pounds, the phenomenal AJ!
I still go back and watch it.
I love that entrance. And the camera shakes, and oh boy, did AJ get the reaction
that match was
he
really
deserves. This was cool to see him put over Mr. Leon Slater, the new X Division champion. I can't speak kindly enough about all of this. This was really cool. Styles cuts a great promo talking about you made history. The next step is for you to make your legacy. And here's our new X Division champ. They hug. It was great. He said there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in wrestling, but nothing more real than what just took place, they said on commentary. And I'm like, yeah. Styles, he did the too sweet to the fans, and he bowed and headed off. I love that they used his old theme. I love that he was there. He's saying, did you miss me? And welcome back, and you deserve it. And the AJ Styles phenomenal one stood tall. I loved this. This was very rewarding for longtime fans. For fans that haven't followed for ages but do know who AJ is, they would have enjoyed it. Even if they didn't know much of AJ, they still could say, oh, he's a big deal, he's a legend, and he's putting over one of the guys I just watch wrestle and enjoy. So
you weren't lying. Your wife was mad.
I told you.
Oh, shit.
I told you. Now you know what's going to happen. You're going to
I
feel the
didn't
wrath
mean
of
it.
Courtney.
I didn't mean it. I swear I didn't.
Well, she's like a German Shepherd. Like, once she starts to attack, there's no stopping her. So you might just want to hide.
Yeah, I know. I think I got.
I don't know what else to suggest. Really, you're fucked. You pissed her off, and she lost all that weight too. You can't even like bribe her with ice cream or anything. Like you're just fucked. I'm sorry. You were a good co-host. You were great, and you were a good friend too. We are gonna miss you. Very sad. Any event, Hardy Boys coming out. Fatal 4-way title match with ladders. No tables, no chairs, just ladders. Rascalz come out first, and we got First Class AJ and Cassie. Casey Navarro's injured. He hurt his knee or some jazz. And then, of course, we mentioned the Hardys, and then we have the Zigglers, Nick and Ryan Nemeth. This being Ryan's first ladder match. Why? Because Diamond Upside Down's a pussy. That's a callback. This was good. This was a lot of fun. Again, this was frantic. This was chaos. So Francis, big old AJ, flop dollar. He goes and does a moonsault off a ladder onto both the Zigglers and the Rascalz. The crowd went ballistic. Beyond holy shit. He just right at him. Squished him to shit. He even later on, he landed through a ladder where he didn't land on it. His feet went through the ladder with the moonsault. Like it was, and then he managed to like fuck himself up through the ladder. Like the worst landing possible. Looked incredible. Hell of a moment. That was just nuts. This ladder match had so many crazy moments to it. Some of it did feel very spot heavy, where they stand together like quail waiting to catch somebody. That's ladder matches as a whole. But for the most part, the Hardys, they wrap the Zigglers' heads in chairs and hit them with Twist of Fate's concertos. So that killed those two. I mean, that's what Ricky Saints had done to him to take him out for weeks. So the Zigglers have to be dead. Jeff eventually summons a wire ladder. They even make a 1960s Batman reference for the TV show out of it. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we go ahead and we see the rope ladder descend from the heavens. Jeff starts to climb it, grabs one belt, couldn't quite get it, rips a Velcro, gets the other. The Hardys are your winners. New tag team champions, the Hardys win just shy of 18 minutes. So many great spots, so many great moments. I mean, you saw some really inventive and funny moments here. You saw Jeff at one point try to put the Rascalz through a set of ladders. He does a swanton on both of them. The ladders don't collapse. They don't break. They barely budge and move. So Jeff's like, fuck it. We're doing it live. One more time. Climbs up, a la Shane McMahon, you know, being thrown to the glass. Belays himself off the ladder. And what happens? The ladder doesn't break. Again. Now the crowd's slamming. We want tables. It's like, shut the fuck up, crowd. We ain't got time for your bull. So Jeff doing the swanton twice broke me. I mean, that had to have killed them. That had to have hurt. I don't know what they were going for. You were muted again, good sir. Goddamn Discord.
I was?
Yeah, look at that. It doesn't like us. And, I mean, the ladders were really strong. They're not Slim Jim proved. They didn't want to break. The concertos was a fun spot. This was all about building afterwards. Bully Ray comes out, the crowd chanting, "Where is Devon?" And Bully's like, you know, you guys are catching up. One of the reasons that was a record-setting attendance for that night was back in 2013. And now you guys beat that. All the crowd still chanting, "Where's Devon?" He's like, well, you guys are going to get a chance in October at Bound for Glory to face Team 3D in one last match. And he's like, that's when you're going to get to say, Devon, get the tables one last time. So I don't know if the Dudleys are retiring after this. But you don't need all four guys here to be giving suplexes and powerbomb. Like they can work in the parameters of a specialty match, you know, some type of stipulation, ladders, tables, something like that. Most likely TLC. They can get away with you know, smoke and mirrors in those regards. I think it'll be very entertaining. It's certainly nostalgia filled. It's gonna be fun. Hardys, Dudleys, all back in TNA. While it's TNA, while working with WWE, now that they are working with WWE, this can happen for Devon. Like, it's great on a bunch of different levels. So I'm happy with this. And then we got the main event. And the only complaint I have really for tonight, this show, the main event, any of it, honestly, was that Frankie Kazarian came out and kind of ruined things for a little bit. I don't care about him being involved. He lost the Call Your Shot trophy thing. Like, be done with him. I respect Kazarian. I know he's been a legend there for a long time and a veteran, and it's boring. He feels like a Timu Chael Sonnen trying to be a tough guy, and it's just not translating to the audience. On top of it, you know, he's like, "Oh, your stupid ass Mark radio show. I don't want any of you there," you know, and I get what he's going for, but it felt more mean-spirited and rude than like a heel being an asshole. I don't know. Not that you can't make fun of Busted Open. That's not the point. It was very lazy the way he did it. And of course, he got involved in the main event and he gets thrown out, but it was such a non-entity and unneeded. So when he gets ejected,
I was trying to get involved in the main event.
You were, but I kept holding you back over the barricade because Kazarian pulls the ref out of the ring when Hendry, you know, put down Trick. So he's got him beat, and then the ref was like, "Fuck this! I'm kicking out Kazarian." And that's when Santana hit a big flip dive onto Trick, and everybody fought on the outside. So eventually we get Santana and Hendry. They're in the ring, and they're just trading forearms and strikes and chops. And all of a sudden, Santana spins and gets spin the block, takes down Trick, and he hits it again. He goes for the pin. And he got on Joe Hendry, excuse me, not Trick Williams. And that's when Trick comes in. He throws Santana out. Gets the pin after Hendry just took spin the block twice. Trick Williams retains in 13 minutes, roughly. This was a main event.
I called it, but like, here's the thing. I think it was kind of predictable about Trick Williams winning, but at the same time, I think Mike Santana should have won.
I'm with you. See, so when we first talked off air, I'm like, yeah, no, I want Santana to win. That's my prediction, but I think Trick's going to retain. I think they're going to do this thing a bit longer. It feels like Hendry's going to kind of move away from that title picture and possibly get signed, or I don't know. So he'll be involved in something though. But
And they tricked me a little bit because I was telling you, I think they might actually
tricked you.
Yeah, tricked. Huh. Good one.
You wise ass. As I'm drinking, what were you saying, my good man?
Like when we were talking, like I said, you know what? Because how they were hyping it up, I felt like Mike Santana was gonna end up winning. Like when me and you were talking during that main event.
Yeah.
I was like, but they didn't. But I didn't want Trick to win. Don't get me wrong. That's not why I predicted him.
Yeah.
I just thought they weren't gonna do anything yet. But tonight they had me. For a second, I thought Mike Santana would win, but unfortunately, they did the wrong outcome. I think he deserved it tonight in front of his hometown and stuff. But
that's what really made me think, because they did so many hometown spots tonight. Hometown man, we had a couple of hometown guys winning when they really didn't need to. It's like, we're just going to give it to the hometown people. Fine. Santana not getting it, out of everybody that needed the hometown win, that needed the title, that it is a little short-sighted, and it kind of it was a shitty way to end the night, and it felt very abrupt too. Like it was just, that's done. Trick's leaving. Okay, and that was it. He handed him the belt from Carlos Silva handed him the belt, and that was it.
Trick should have lost.
Like
that's so dumb. I don't think it's dumb. I don't think it's dumb. He won. Like I get why he won, but I think. Like Mike Santana should have won.
Yeah,
I don't
Santana
know if
should have won.
Dumb, but
I don't think it's dumb. I mean, they can certainly work within the parameters of what they set up here. And it was basically Trick just getting the advantage because he snuck in to take Mike's work. And now they can say, well, now it's him and Mike. I just don't really know what they do.
Like if I was
with
booking
Hendry
this, I would have had
up.
Mike win though.
I would have as
think
well.
They made the wrong decision, but it wasn't a dumb decision.
It wasn't
I
dumb.
think that could be two different things.
Yeah, it could have been dumb. They could have done a lot worse things here. Thankfully, they didn't muddy it up. There wasn't a bunch of interference and all that other. But it could have been bad. But no, it's just Trick being a good heel. He took advantage of the situation. He was able to, basically monetize off his, shittiness, and found an opening and took it and made himself the champ to retain. I do wonder, like I said, where do they go with Joe Hendry from here? And who are they? Are they going to build Santana up more to take the title? If not, who are the people that are going to be taking the titles? There's a lot of questions and what ifs. We got Trick facing The Undertaker face-to-face this Tuesday on NXT after he made a bunch of nasty comments to the LFG guys last week.
Stuff like that can make a little sense why he won, because now Trick has something more to brag about when talking with The Undertaker.
Makes me worried for one reason.
Because you don't want...
I could totally see...
come out of retirement and Undertaker.
No, not that far. I could totally see them doing it where, hey, we're going to have our LFG guy take your TNA belt.
Oh, my. Oh, that's even worse. I'm kidding. But
tell me I'm crazy for thinking it. I mean, there's a precedent set before where, these kind of things have happened. I could totally see WWE, when they have the confrontation, they're going to take Shiloh or one of the other
You actually might
guys.
Be onto something.
And Undertaker's like, I want a TNA title match for my guy, and then they get the TNA belt. WWE wouldn't give a shit because it's not their belt. They can run rampant with it. And it makes LFG look like more of a big deal. LFG just got the TNA title. Like, oh my God, look what we can achieve. And I don't know how good it would look for TNA, but people already feel like TNA gets buried by WWE as is. We have both of their main titles, but you still have... I wonder how many additional eyes were on this product tonight. Not just in attendance in person, but, people that purchased. I bought it, you bought it, that kind of thing. How many people would go ahead and have bought this show had it not been tied to WWE? I probably wouldn't have reviewed it if they didn't have the WWE, partnership going on. Just because other TNAs have
without the
burnt me years
WWE
past.
partnership, I probably wouldn't really have given a shit about TNA because I didn't really follow it at all until the partnership. And like I knew people, like obviously,
Yeah,
it was just people you know.
exactly.
But I didn't. It wasn't an interest of mine. I wouldn't go and say, "Oh, TNA is on. Let's go watch that tonight."
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I don't think there would be a review if it wasn't for WWE.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
seems that way.
WWE buries them. I think it benefits TNA for even being in a partnership with them.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it does make a difference, and the number of tickets they sold, them letting, because AJ wouldn't have been able to go ahead and come out. If they didn't have that working relationship, he never would have been allowed to go and come out.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
WWE would say no fucking way.
And not for nothing. Yes, AEW did great numbers with their All in Texas show, and it was a very fun day. But you look at the weekly television, and NXT is not exactly knocking down Ticketmaster either. But you see TNA tonight, that whole arena sold out. The UBS looked great, and AEW's been there recently and had a hard time selling 2,200 tickets.
Don't you think it's an issue though? Because AEW always likes to compare himself to what NXT's doing, and like that's a developmental show, so they call it.
Yeah.
Versus Dynamite, which is AEW's, what would you say, Raw, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then they come to us and say the opposite. It drives me nuts.
Yep.
Without fail.
Well, AEW fans are. Oh, AEW fans are the biggest hypocrites on planet Earth. I swear to God.
I got, flamed by a few recently on
They're
Twitter.
like wrestling Yankees fans.
I was trying to understand their point, and I was like, I get what you're trying to say, but that's not what the evidence backs up here. And it's like, forget your evidence, fuck your facts. I have my opinion.
AEW fans for you.
Yeah. I like how Ethan Page said, I wanted to say congratulations to TNA for tonight, but I should really say congrats to NXT. #Slammiversary.
Fair, valid.
And Jordan Gray said, yes, NXT represent. And you could tell she's upset because, she wasn't there to get the title, but she still wants to see NXT doing well. Look at that. That's a hell of a tweet from those two. Funny. What a great interaction. Like, I like to see that kind of stuff too. I'm really looking forward to the Unreal show coming out. What is it, next week? I want to see what they show us, what they let us in on. How much do we get to see how things operate? I'm curious about the day-to-day, and how would you go ahead?
Yeah, we have to review this. How many episodes are they coming out? Is it like one, like, or is it like
it's one series,
like
but
other
I'm not
original
sure how many.
Because I know some Netflix series they release everything in one shot.
I believe they are. I believe they're releasing it all in one go, but
is this something you want to review?
oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to checking it out and covering it. It says the series has a 5-episode season on order, with each episode clocking in at 50 minutes long. The series premieres on July 29th. It'll feature Triple H, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and others for the first time ever step into the writer's room. Kayfabe, the practice of maintaining an illusion, is officially dead. And yeah, that's all I see. Still interesting, though. I'm curious about the show they're talking about. In WWE Unreal trailer, it sure sounds like CM Punk has shit himself in the ring before. We know he has, because he had the infamous podcast where he talked about, taking the Z-Pack and crapping his
People
pants.
think that's right. It's like CM Punk has also mentioned, it's probably more common than you think. All your favorites have probably
more than
done it
likely,
once.
they've all shit themselves, especially taking that kind of impact on the ground repeatedly. I know people are saying WWE buried TNA, but I feel like TNA is playing the long game with all of this. WWE did this before with other people, where they have the long, not con, but the long plan. And what did they do? They tied their ship to Cody back at WrestleMania 38, saying, we're going to bring you back. We're going to present you like a true star, and you're not going to get the belt yet, but you'll build up to it, and you'll tell the story, and it'll be one of the greatest WrestleMania endings of all time. You know, it's a very risky and dangerous decision to be made, but they managed to do so because they had faith and they had foresight, whatever you want to call it, and then they essentially had a plan and they stuck to it. I feel like TNA has a plan. They're building up their side to eventually go and vanquish the evil TNA belt holders. Kind of a Death Riders thing, but that's also a story that's been told, you know, from endless times in wrestling. I think it works, and I'm excited to see where they go from here. Who eventually dethrones Jayne? Who gets to go ahead and get the 3 count on Trick Williams? There's a lot to look forward to. I'm excited for the future. NXT this week should be great. We'll see what happens. And then we also have, Raw tomorrow night to look forward to. I don't know about you, sir, but anything else you want to add to this show?
No, not really. We covered pretty much everything. Like we said, we're gonna have like those Unreal reactions coming out.
Yes,
Guilty,
indeed.
Guilt Free.
We got our
another
special
unapologetic,
summer edition. It's going to be a huge edition of Guilty or Guilt Free. That's right. You guys
Our
wanna make
biggest
sure
one
to
yet.
check that out. We're going on CM Punk and AEW. Who's guilty? Who's guilt free? And that's going to be one hell of an episode, jam-packed. It might even be split into 2, depending on how long that one is. So guilty
It
or
could be
guilt
split
free.
into 2 because
Make
we'll
sure
have
you
to
check it
touch
out.
on his original problems in WWE.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to cover, certainly. We have more episodes of the Unapologetic and Completely Random podcast coming up. We have our Raw review tomorrow after Raw ends on Netflix and goes off the air. We'll be live to discuss everything building towards SummerSlam and 2-night SummerSlam this year. You'll be in person. We got a man on the inside. Cody will be there. I'll be reviewing it live, that's for sure. It's going to be a blast. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're turning on the notifications. Hit that bell. Hit the thumbs up. Because we appreciate it. Yeah. Woo indeed, baby. Cody, please, my good man, what do you give tonight? What's your score?
Match quality wise, and everything like that, I give it an 8 out of 10 tonight. Maybe I'm gonna be a little generous. I don't know.
I feel like I'm a little generous as well. 8 out of 10 sounds right, though. I maybe 7.5 instead of an 8 out of 10. You know, in that set, I feel like that's a safe call. Seems like in any event, but we got a lot to look forward to this upcoming week, that's for sure. For Raw tomorrow, we've got Roman Reigns coming out to talk and dress Paul Heyman. So OTC1.
He's gonna dress Paul Heyman.
He's there. He's gonna dress Paul Heyman in a suit. Yes, he'll address him. We have Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross again. Sami with his injured ribs. Karrion Kross just wants him to say it. Say he was right. We've got the Morning and Evil New Day, Kofi and Xavier taking on the Creed brothers, who is also taking on Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro in a triple threat match for a #1 contendership for the World Tag Team titles.
Exist?
I guess so. And then we have the rematch of rematches, Sheamus versus Rusev. They killed each other last
That'll
time.
be a banger.
How hard hitting are they going to be? We got CM Punk appearing after winning last week's gauntlet match to earn a shot at Gunther at SummerSlam. We have the women's IC champ Becky Lynch. She's in the house. She's got an offer for Lyra. So, Bird Lady, got to see what she says. Raw is going to be live from Houston, Texas tomorrow night at the Toyota Center. Join us for our review live tomorrow night when Raw goes off the air. We've also, like I said, building towards SummerSlam. As of right now, we know Solo Sikoa Jacob Fatu is going to be a cage match for the U.S. title. Becky and Lyra is going to be for the IC title again. We've got Raquel and Roxanne Judgment Day taking on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair for the women's titles. Jelly Roll, that's right. Randy Orton, tag team match, taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, triple threat, Women's World Championship. Are we
Well, it
doing
wasn't
it
just
again?
us, at least. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll got into a a little affair as well. So
right, they roughed each other up too. So they were on was it Jimmy Kimmel? Tiffany Stratton taking on Jade Cargill for the women's title. The WWE one. Then we have Gunther and Punk for the World Heavyweight title. And then, of course, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Night 2, main event, street fight for the WWE Undisputed
like
Championship.
Rules, kinda.
Yeah, so Tessa Blanchard is currently suspended for her actions tonight. We got SummerSlam being held in East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, August 2nd and 3rd. Again, like I said, will be live. SmackDown this upcoming week, we know that Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, Drew, and Logan will appear. You've got Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy from the Wyatt Six taking on Rey Fenix and Andrade for the tag team titles. And then we have Alexa Bliss taking on Roxanne Perez in 1-on-1 action. Live from Cleveland, Ohio at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. So make sure you check that out. Again, folks, we'll be live tomorrow. Don't miss it. Cody, tell these great people where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube at Judgment Day Era. I get it. I need to start posting the gaming streams like I said I will. I'm procrastinating, but we will get there soon. And you can find me over on my Instagram, Cody_080_316. Something like that, yeah. That.
Yes, indeed. And as always, I've been Jake Countdown and DeMarco. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. It helps out a ton when you also hit the like button. Do that for us. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CountdownEnded. I'm also on Instagram, on Rumble, and now you can listen to Into Somewhere, our reviews on Spotify. Just search Into Somewhere or check the description box down below. I guest host on the State of Wrestling podcast in the Spaz Phoenix YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. All the info in the box down below. I thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope everybody has a great night. Have a great Monday. And as always, for Cody, I've been Jake. Stay sexy.
Scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Yeah.